Welcome to Couch Co-op. I'm Bryn Christie. On this episode, Ian and Jarrod do a brief recap of E3, and then Aaron Stell drops by to discuss some video game news media. After that, we have a Not a Gamer review by our very own Monty Wolfe. All that and more on today's Couch Co-op.
Couch Co-op! Couch Co-op! Couch Co-op!
We're back!
We're back
Couch Co-op, Season 2, Episode 1, right now.
right now.
We've been gone for a little while.
We didn't conclude season 1. It just
It did.
we decided to. end
It concluded.
Yeah.
Season finale. Jason Wolfer left the show. A lot of drama.
Oh my. Oh my.
And now the show looks totally different. No. No, so we just thought we did that show for about 19 episodes. It wasn't going anywhere. We wanted to switch it up, do some things differently, more
Yeah.
gamer focused, less drunken focused. And so that's where we are. So
I like it.
things may look a little different, and I'm sure things will continue to change a little bit, but that's where we're at now.
We still have this pretty red couch.
That's right. Well, that's the logo too.
Yeah.
Anyway, so while we were gone, it was E3. Well, some thoughts, Jarrod, on what you thought about this year's E3 while we were away. We can report on it right now.
While we were away. Well, there was a lot of great games. I don't know if there was too many surprises.
True.
Yeah, but a lot of great games. We actually got to see some new gameplay of some titles that we've heard rumors about or seen just a short trailer. So that's
What
pretty
were
nice.
some of your favorites?
My all-time favorite, of course, No Man's Sky. But that one was the one that took the show at the VGX when that happened. And that's about the only redeeming moment of that show. No Man's Sky is the game that I've always wanted.
Just
I want to
exploration,
explore.
space.
Yeah, I
And
mean, there's
worlds.
going to be weapons and there's going to be different environments that you have to be cautious in.
I think the
there's
crazy-
going to be risks that you can take.
I think the crazy thing about that game is that your world that you spawn on is an actual size of a world.
Each person, when they first load the game, starts on their very own planet. So
That is the size of a planet.
already, I'm sure millions of copies of this game are going to sell, and each one of those people is going to have their own damn planet,
It's pretty awesome.
which you may never see because there's so much in
Right.
this vast
And it's only
universe they're
5
creating.
dudes making this game, so it's ridiculous. This game could also just massively fail.
Hey, well, yeah, if they can consolidate it somehow, if it's not appropriate for that kind of a scale, who knows?
And what was some of the other games?
Bloodborne.
Bloodborne, yeah, the Dark Souls guys making an exclusive for PS4.
Yeah.
I don't know how excited I am about that.
I don't know how excited I am, but I'm a little more interested in it because, like, Demon's Souls and
Right. Dark
those
Souls.
games, they're just a little too much. And this one, it seems they're kind of stepping back and seeing what people are fearing of
Right.
those games. So
Right.
they're taking away the shields and the slow pace, being super careful, and it's more action based.
And I know you're big into Destiny. You got to play the alpha. Tell
yeah.
me about that a little bit quickly.
I want more Destiny. That's all I'm going to say. After playing the alpha, I got to play maybe 6 or 7 hours of it, and I want more.
I think it's the game I'm going to make the jump into the PS4 with the Destiny bundle because of the white. They have the white bundle, the white PS4. It looks so
Yeah,
awesome,
that's
and
gonna
I think
be
that's the one I'm
great.
going to pull the trigger on. And then you'll have someone to play with because, I don't know who else is going to have a PS4 when Destiny launches.
Well, I've been adding a lot of people from that
Oh, really?
First for Gamers.
Oh, okay.
So there's a lot of people that were playing the alpha.
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't have a chance to jump on with them. So I know I'll have people I don't know but kind of do to play
Mm-hmm.
with. But it would be nice to have some friends to play with.
Some real, yeah. And then my other game that and I'm sure you're excited about it too, but I'm super stoked, is Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain.
Yeah.
Man, they showed the trailer. The trailer leaked early, and then they showed it at the Sony press conference. And it was just a CG trailer, directed by Kojima. He kind of edited it, and it's just a bunch of CG stuff, basically. But later on in the conference, they actually did a behind closed doors gameplay demo, and then that finally was released after E3. Super impressive. I just can't want the game anymore. I'm just so excited about that game. So that's really the most exciting thing for me from E3. There were some cool things from Nintendo, from Microsoft. I mean, I think it was a pretty solid show. Like you said, there was not really any super surprises, though. It wasn't, mind-blowing.
Nothing blew anybody's mind. Like, as I said for No Man's Sky, VGX, when that happened, that's the only thing everybody was talking about.
What was that?
The only thing anybody mentioned during the show. But E3 this year, I mean, it was a lot of really awesome stuff. Definitely, don't get me wrong there. But I was really happy with the presentations that all the companies put out.
Right. So because of E3, news has been kind of slow the last couple weeks. I mean, just kind of like catch up from E3 and a lot of the podcasts we listen to and everything, and just kind of E3 this. The only kind of notable things that have happened since then, Crytek supposedly going bankrupt, though they deny it, but there's some weird rumors about that. I don't know how exciting that is. And then also Capcom, they're up for sale. Not that they need to sell or financial trouble.
Basically, they put their stock up for sale. So anybody, if they really wanted, could throw the money at them.
So do you see anyone
be a major shareholder?
Would you like to see anyone pick them up?
Not really.
Not really?
No. I mean, I think any crossover that they can do has already really been done.
Who are you afraid will pick them up? Are you afraid of anyone that would pick them up?
Any first-party company.
You don't want that?
Yeah, I don't want them to be console exclusive. That would be terrible.
That would kind of suck.
Yeah.
I guess that's it for this segment. So we'll catch you on the other side after this.
Want more Couch Co-op? Well, you're in luck. Couch Co-op has a podcast. Join Jarrod and Ian as they quest through the many worlds of video games that bring you a fun and entertaining podcast. Simply go to iTunes and search for Couch Co-op. Now, back to the show.
All right, we're back. Thanks, Bryn, for that. Talking about giving us a little plug for our podcast, Jarrod.
I love my podcast. Our podcast.
Your podcast.
Yeah. It was our idea. So
we're back. We're joined by our guest, Aaron.
Hey.
Hi, Aaron.
He showed up on the last show a couple times. He's been on the podcast. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I really am excited to be back on the show, guys.
Oh, don't.
I am.
You don't have to do that.
That was very enthusiastic.
Hey, of course.
I don't know. We're a video game show. And I thought, let's talk about some video game media and press. What do you remember being that first outlet for you when for video games? Where did you go for news on video games when you first got into video games?
Well, generally I went between Nintendo Power, PSN, EGM, Game Fan, the basic magazines.
How about you, Jarrod? Magazines too?
Yeah, magazines. Well, in the 80s, when I was first gaming, I just didn't really know. I mean, there was a commercial every so often. But then, of course, Nintendo Power. Nintendo Power, I remember that issue.
My stepdad got us a subscription to Nintendo Power when we first got I don't know how he found out about it. My dad was so into video games, he found out about it and got us a subscription, which awesome. I thought was pretty awesome. I had the first issue. I don't know what happened to it. It must have ripped and got thrown away or something. But this is the second issue.
Adventures of Link.
With the Link, yes. It's got a pull-out Link. Anyway, what did you like about it? Reading about video games back then as a kid. What was cool about it?
Well, aside from seeing all the pictures, but it's more for me learning about the game itself before it came out. That way I could be like, oh, I want to get that game. It's like you're getting to play it with not being able to play it. Exactly.
Yeah.
But I think what's cool about then is that you didn't have the internet. There wasn't the internet, so you couldn't just readily access this information, and so you'd have to wait and see what was coming out. Nowadays, it's just
there.
That's why there's no magazines anymore. I mean, you had Nintendo Power, you had PSM, no, you didn't. But you had all these game magazines that had, you'd wait for, and now it's kind of like, I mean, do you still get Game Informer? Is that the one you used to get?
I used to, but I haven't subscribed to that for a long time because usually how I got that was actually subscribing to GameStop's like Power Plus program, whatever the crap they call that. I haven't subscribed for so long because I don't buy used games too often anymore.
See, like back
But
then
it
was
automatically came with it.
like back then it was like a magazine was like it had information. Nowadays a magazine is like, oh, it has these coupons in it, or it comes with this membership, and it's like it kind of defeats that whole point of press. Did you care about, let's say, like in a magazine like Nintendo Power or PSM or whatever, or just in general nowadays, like, do you care about game scores? Like, is that important to you?
I do, but I don't. I do because it makes me want to buy the game or makes me go away from it, but I'm doing my best not to listen to reviewers because I want the game. I don't want what they want. I want what I want for a video game, you know?
What about you, Jarrod?
I look at scores, but if I see like a big variance in different scores, I always read what these people didn't like about it.
Do you feel like
I don't actually read like whole reviews.
do you feel like a good like media outlet that reviews games needs to have a score to be legit?
No.
Do you feel like at this point? Because I feel like just about all of them do it now. It's like you don't take them seriously, or they can't be put on Metacritic. Like, in Metacritic, is this big site that, you know, gets your site out there to a whole bunch of people. So like, if you don't have a score, you can't be put on this site. I think it's kind of unfair because I'm sure there's a lot of good like we could be considered, we're just gamers. We have opinions on video games, but we don't do a scoring system. We just say, hey, it's good, it's bad.
I like it. I didn't
don't
like
like
this
it.
about it.
The farting sex in South Park.
That's true.
I already called you out on that.
Yeah, I know you did. And I brought this up as a joke, the Playboy thing. But I feel like nowadays with magazines don't know what to do, or just regular sites in general. Like, Playboy has a video game rating system in their magazine now. Maxim or whatever, any type of magazine, everyone has it because they're like targeted to our demographic now. It's kind of gone away from kids, and I feel like it's kind of disingenuous because it's like they don't really care about us. They're just
It's there because that's what's hot.
right.
I totally agree with that. It's
So-
ridiculous.
What are some of the places you guys go for news? Now, not back in the day, but now, currently.
Online mainly, like Escapist or
Couch Co-op?
Couch
Thank
Co-op.
you!
Yeah, of course you listen to our podcast for all the information you need.
But no, mainly online for like Escapist or even Metacritic occasionally or stuff like that.
How about you, Jarrod?
I just stick to like some online blogs. I mean, I always kind of frequent Kotaku,
Right. It's a good
and
one.
of course YouTube.
YouTube?
I mean,
Just
everybody
search.
everybody has their opinion on videos,
Uh-huh.
so it's quick and easy just to watch a 2-minute segment about a game. Not everybody has to score it. It's just kind of nice to see what the gameplay's like and how it feels according to this person that's talking about it.
I still kind of follow Joystick. Occasionally I go to GameStop, or GameSpot, I guess, not GameStop. Destructoid. Occasionally Kotaku. I guess I kind of got to. I have a show now, so I constantly am looking all over the place for stuff.
It's hard to keep up sometimes.
It is Shack News for a while, mainly because of podcasts. I listen to a lot of podcasts now for video games. I think that's a great way to get news now. There's a lot of guys that do podcasts. You get a lot of information. So like, what was Weekend Confirmed? You know, I was really big into that show.
Yeah.
A lot of those guys were like news guys, and it's just easier and more. I feel like you connect with it more when someone's like talking to you as opposed to reading like a 3-page article on a game. It's like, I don't really need that. I just need to know, you know, is it the game mechanics or whatever. What do you look for in like reviews when they write?
Mainly just like gameplay, graphics, story. The main things I look for. I don't look for any little extra things. Just those 3 main things are like I desire the most out of all video games.
Mainly the gameplay, because a lot of reviewers, if they complain about monotony, that could be a part of the game I enjoy, because you know, some things that are monotonous to somebody may be relaxing to me.
Right.
Yeah, so I mean, I like to. Yeah, I'm kind of a boring guy sometimes. I like to sit down and
That's why we
repeat,
love
rinse
you.
and repeat, rinse and repeat.
Well, no, it's
Well,
funny. It's funny. Like when I was reading reviews for like South Park, we brought it up earlier. But when I was reading early reviews for South Park, a lot of them said that the combat system was kind of monotonous. It's the same thing over and over again. And you know, it's true. I'm not going to say that a lot of those reviewers were wrong. But I enjoy that. I enjoyed that combat system. I didn't need it to be different. It was because I'm not a big turn-based guy. It was kind of new to me, and I like picking it up and figuring out how to game that system. So it's like you can't really know from a review, really, unless I don't know. I think the best thing is if you have a group of friends that play video games, they kind of know the kind of games you like, and they will know. Oh sure, you can give it a try. You probably like it, but maybe you won't finish it, or you shouldn't play. You should stay away from that. You won't like it. I think it's hard to say that some dude that writes an article or whatever is going to know exactly what you think. But what do you guys have thoughts on just the video game media?
My main thing is I liked how it was back in the day versus now. I know that's not going to be anymore.
Especially with the internet, right?
Oh yeah, but that's the problem. The internet, there's way too many opinions. One game. 1,000 opinions.
Aaron just wants the one opinion.
I want like 4 or 5.
My opinion. That's all you need, Aaron.
I'm sorry, Jarrod, but no, I want like 4 or 5 tops. But anything past 5 or 6 is just like, what? Huh. Too many.
What do you think, Jarrod? Do you have any thoughts on just in general?
I've always had troubles finding one reviewer that has the same interests as me, so I always have to read. I usually go straight to like a summary, so I just read through several summaries from different reviewers. I never read user reviews because it's either hot or cold. There's no in between.
Right.
So I don't like reading that kind of stuff. So I like getting varied opinions.
And what about away from the reviewing stuff? What about just like pieces on video games? Do you guys ever read that kind of stuff or no? I mean, is that ever stuff you just don't care about that kind of stuff?
Not so much.
Like in PSM right here, it's a swimsuited issue. It's like a swimsuit issue of the girls of fighting games. You don't care about those kind of things anymore?
No.
Maybe when you were a kid?
Yeah, when I was a kid.
Maybe when I was like 13, 14.
You guys are so boring. You just don't care.
Yeah.
What about like in Zelda here? It has a pull-out map of the world.
I liked that.
Yeah, I agree actually with him.
I loved that with old side-scrolling games. You get a whole map.
You don't need that anymore, though. You just go to IGN and go to the wiki.
Yeah.
Or
there's a
YouTube
wiki.
and look up
But it takes the magic away, kind of. We'll never get it back.
I mean, if I really wanted it, I could just print it out at Kinko's.
Oh, that's awesome. Aaron, thanks for being on. Jarrod, obviously. What we're going to do right now is we're going to throw this out. Talking about video game reviews, we're going to throw this to our new video game reviewer, Monty Wolfe.
Some hipster had dropped his Walkman, and it had, secret files on it, obviously. And it said a little something, but it wasn't. I was kind of like, I don't care. So I kept going. I just wanted beer, and to get to my girlfriend whose ass had been bitten by the Chancellor. I'm Monty Wolfe, and I'm not a gamer, and this is your Not a Gamer review of Zombier. So in Zombier, it seems like the plotline basically it's a zombie film. He's waking up and a zombie apocalypse has happened overnight while he's been asleep, while he's been sort of drunk asleep. And he has to get to his girlfriend, who's calling him on the phone, who's in trouble. To keep from becoming a zombie, he has to constantly drink Zombier. He finds them the same way in other games you would find a med pack or something. It had some sort of dirty business going on. I mean, his first weapon is a dildo, a vibrating dildo. Although I'm not a gamer, it was tough for me because I'm just, I don't have the motor skills for that. But I would assume that the game is probably pretty easy for most gamers. It's not creating anything new. It's just sort of a watered down version of all those other games where you run around, grab items, try to figure out a slightly, the gist of what's happened. You just kind of have to figure everything out and then get to whoever you're getting to, the princess. Zombier, I don't think I would play it. It was fun, but if I were a gamer, I don't think it would hold my attention. I'm Monty Wolfe. This has been your Not a Gamer review. Thank you.
All right, great. Thank you, Monty, for that incredible review, but I imagine none of us will play that video game. Anyway, Aaron, thanks for being on the show. Jarrod, always as my co-host for Couch Co-op. I'm Ian. You guys, play us out.
Couch Co-op. Couch Co-op.
Damn it!
I whooped your ass. You almost had me.
Yeah, almost.
Well done.